So, what do you guys think of the new room layout? Glad you like it or hate it, whatever. So after a long time, I thought I'd finally give you guys an update video after after so long without making one. What is it, like, been countless months since I made one? I don't know. First of all, I thought it would be right for me to apologize for the unproductivity, and what I mean by that is how slow my channel has been in terms of just uploads in general this year, as well as last year. This reason is one I've actually stated in my birthday last year, which is actually coming up this year pretty soon in June 12th. But I have this undescribable anxiety that keeps me from creating. I don't know why, and it's sad for myself. I'm not trying to make excuses here, but it's actually sad for myself to be this way because I have so many ideas, not just videos, but in terms of art and my OC's backstory and even the sequel to it and everything like that. It's the reason why I can't help but mention it occasionally in my MLP reactions. And just so you guys know, the reason why this video has that setting for 4K textures is because I found out that apparently this Huawei P20's camera, when the camera is facing at a forward angle, like at the 2-lens camera front thing, you can actually record 4K textures with it. So that's why that preview of what my room looks like now after I remodeled it is extremely high quality like that. It's because I found out that when I'm recording at a forward angle, I can do 4K, but that's the reason why this part of the video is just the usual 720p, because that's the only setting for the self-portrait angle for the camera, so there's nothing I can do about that. I really hope I can get out of this phase of not really creating much soon, because there's so much I want to do. And even though I don't really plan on living for that long, still, even if I were to for some reason, I feel that life is really short, and if there's one thing, if there's one of the things I want to do in life other than be a brony forever, is to create as much as possible. Ever since I was a kid, I loved creating things. In fact, let me tell you a little bit of an evolution story when it comes to my creativity. After the phases of me being a kid and making just scribbles because that was art in my eyes before I grew up, I started making paper models, if you would call them. And the most prominent thing I would make paper models of, and I know this is gonna sound weird because you're thinking, wow, you've changed a lot. But I actually used to make bus models. Yes, I used to be a major public transit fanatic, and I still am a bit to this day. For example, there is a new LRT train that's gonna be launching hopefully soon in Ottawa. It's supposed to be a pretty modern train, and I've actually seen some of the stations, and a lot of their construction is actually finished by now, so it's gonna be an interesting experience when it opens. But yeah, I used to make things like paper buses and paper trains and everything. I know, it's weird because you look at me now, I'm a brony and a furry, and I have all these opinions that you wouldn't exactly expect from an innocent little kid or just a young adult in general who likes modeling vehicles, but here I am now. Now, I've grown out of my liking of making paper models, but obviously you've seen it. If you look at my Fur Affinity or Ink Bunny or Derpy Burrow, I would say DeviantArt, but I don't really like speaking very highly of my DeviantArt because I honestly don't care about that site anymore. But you can see that my direction in terms of art has changed. I've grown out of modeling, and I just want to focus on digital art. Which is the reason why I actually got one of these. Yeah, it's one of those Wacom drawing tablets. It's still taking me a while to get used to, but, I mean, I am getting the hang of it. But yeah, that's something you weren't exactly expecting, was it? Long ago, I was a modelist, if you would call it, of pretty much vehicles and just buses and trains in general. I know it seems weird, but that's a lot of the stuff I did. A lot more prominently before the whole incident that happened with my parents. I used to do a lot of modeling and stuff, and I used to draw a lot of different things other than pony stuff and furry stuff and all. But you can all see how I've changed over the years. It's interesting when you think about it. When you see that person, you see that person online or just in general, just a person you know, and you know them for what they like present day, but when they reveal to you the stuff that they used to do, you're thinking, wow, it's like I'm talking to a whole different person. But getting back on topic here, this is a problem that I know I have, and I hope I'll find a way to deal with it soon, but hopefully I'll stop slacking as much and get creating more. And I just want to wrap up this update with just talking about just my life in general, or how I feel. I don't even know. As I've said before, my birthday is actually getting close. It's in June 12th. And to be honest, I don't really think that highly of my birthday. All I see it as is pretty much just an excuse to do a bunch of fun things, but that's really it. I just personally don't think very highly of it anymore because I obviously don't care about myself in human form pretty much anymore. It's the reason why I wish to go to Equestria or really just anywhere but here, because it's like, you all know that I'm not attracted to humans anymore. I'm not looking for a girlfriend or a boyfriend that's a human, but just everything in general, just anything that has real life in it, real Earth life in it, I just don't care anymore. And my birthday is kind of falling into the metaphorical black hole of that, if you know what I mean. It's just nothing all that special to me. And speaking of things that are coming up fast, I can't believe BronyCon is almost already less than 2 months away. I mean, I'm excited, but I keep remembering that it's going to be the last one. And hopefully there are some friends of mine that are also going to be tagging along, and we're also going to be 2 or 3 or however number of us are. We're going to be basically a group squad. We're going to be all together. We're going to be going to things and planning things out. There is a select number of people I do hope to avoid. Now, this isn't 100% facts. This is just things I've heard, so I'm willing to accept the fact that if I'm wrong on this, but I've heard that Toon Critic has not been arrested and has pretty much been laying low for this past year. And I've heard that apparently he's going to be trying to sneak into BronyCon in a fursuit or under a new identity or something. So, again, I don't know if this is true or not. I'm not reporting or anything. I am not professional. Don't listen to anything I say. If I happen to be right, then okay, whatever. But if I'm wrong, fine. I'm willing to accept that as well. But if it is true, then I do hope to avoid him. Well, actually, no. I hope to avoid him anywhere in general. Another guy I hope to avoid is Chris Chan. And I have said in a video before, I don't really remember which one, but I think I said in a video before that I actually did want to make some commentaries and some rants on that guy in the future, because I have a lot to say about that guy. But even glossing over all of that, I hope I don't run into him at this year's BronyCon, because I mean, who knows what he's gonna do next? Who knows who he's gonna pepper spray next, or harass or assault next, or whatever. And there's a few other people that I hope not to run into, but if I bring them up, then, I'm gonna end up stirring up drama again. And something that I always remember when I'm on the internet is the best way to kill the drama, or end the beef, or whatever phrase you want to use it, you don't give the opposing party any interaction, because if they don't have any interaction, then eventually they're going to realize that they're just talking into pretty much a dead phone, and they're eventually going to lose interest. But yes, I'm sorry if this was depressing or something. I'm just in that slump phase of being very disappointed in myself for not creating that much so far this year. I mean, we're already halfway through the year, and I made some videos that I'm proud of, and I've drawn some things that I like, or I've drawn some things that say that I am progressing as an artist, but you know, I'm just disappointed in myself. I felt that I could have done better. I thought I could have brought you guys better, but instead, I let old bad habits pretty much take over, and, well, here we are. So to both my inactive and active fans, I'm sorry for not producing very much stuff. I don't even feel all that confident in myself when I say I'm gonna try to grow out of this phase, but I just hope something happens, and that. As always, thank you all for sticking by me for this long. There are some days where I wonder if I even deserve people like you sticking around this long, but I guess it just goes to show that there are some people in this horrible world that do truly care, and to those people, I can't thank you enough. I just simply can't repay you enough. As always, and I will see you all in whatever I do next. Keep it frosty, and I'll see you around.